See, I don't know about you, but I don't ever want God to take his hand off of me. That's why I remember that stance. Where he leads me, I will follow. Church, what we find in Samson had so much yet used it selfishly. Family, don't you ever get to a point where you have much but you use it selfishly. See, we got to be careful that we never get to a point that we don't give back to others. We have to be careful that we never forget our community. And we have to be careful that we never forget to give back to God. See, in view of the scripture, we find that Samson, this is where it is, church. He despised his heritage. See, in chapter 13, he was God's special gift to his family and to his nation. But what he did is he despised his heritage and what he was brought up under. And church, I just want you to be on guard. Don't ever get away and get out there and you forget about your heritage. Don't ever become ashamed of where you come from. Don't ever become ashamed of your mother and father. Don't ever become ashamed of the home you live in. Don't ever become ashamed of what you didn't have, because your story today can be where the Lord has brought you from and what the Lord has brought you through. All of us got some messed up parts in our family. We got some crazy uncles. We got some weirdo aunts. We got some mamas and daddies that sometimes get on our last nerve. But guess what, baby? They still your family. You got to learn to stand up, because just like they're crazy today, you might be crazy tomorrow. Don't despise your heritage. And Samson had a father who prayed, teach us what we'll do with this child. He had a God that empowered him. That's why I don't let circumstances get the best of me, because I know that God has me. I might not be ready for it, but what I've learned to do in my walk is look up to heaven and trust God at his promise. He called him to be a Nazirite. He separated him, church. See, the next thing he did is he defied his parents in chapter 14. See, instead of staying in the borders of Israel, he went into the enemy's territory and fell in love with a heathen woman. Now, I ain't had time to go through that story. But you better be careful about hanging in the enemy's camp. And you know what? You at a point, I'm at a point, we don't need anybody to tell us what camp we're in, because we know. You already know the language that they use. You already know the things that they do. When you show up to that football gathering, certain gatherings, not all gatherings, you know what's happening. You know who's going to be there. So you better be careful for the camps you go in. Because as you grow in the Lord, there's some camps you don't need to go in. There's some friends you don't need no more, because they're walking you to a destination that God doesn't want you to be in. What we find is that he defied them because he went on his own. And young people, be careful. I know our mothers and fathers seem like they all in our business, but they in their business because they care about you. Stop trying to track me. I'm tracking you so that you'll go down the right road. Stop trying to live my life. I better help you live it, because you're tearing up what you have. Stop trying to run me. I better run you, because you can't run yourself. Guess what? I don't care how old my girls get, I'm never going to stop being daddy. I'm going to tell them when I don't like it, and I'm going to tell them when I do like it. I don't care if they're taking care of me at 80, 90 years old and changing me. Guess what? While they changing me, I'm going to be talking. I don't like that little boy. I don't like those friends. Your husband better get it together before I get out of this bed. Never gonna stop running my mouth. And when I can't speak, I'm gonna write it down. And if they stay away from me, I'll text them. He defied his parents, and then he defiled his body. Whew. Be careful on what you do with yours. I'll leave it at that. He disregarded God's warning. And then he deliberately played with sin. See, there's some things, church, we're deliberately doing. And we're hoping others don't see us. See, I'm not so worried about the others, because the others don't take care of me. What I'm concerned with is what God thinks. And what I'm concerned with is what God's going to do with me. See, I know folks going to talk because folks going to be folks, because I'm going to talk too. I see something, I'm going to talk about it. But the reality is, they don't take care of you. They don't supply your needs. It's God that takes care of you. And Samson had his great strength on the outside, but he had no control, as I said earlier, on the inside. And some of us the same way. On the outside, you're running things. On the outside, you put a good show on. On the outside, you talk well. On the outside, it appears like you're on your game. But on the inside, there's no control of who you are and what's pulling on you and what you're allowing and then what you become.